Well, they followed me again today. Okay? They followed me again today. Harassing. They were down for my clients. And so I ramble and they can hear me. And it's like, look, what this is a fraud scheme. They said they made up a case to watch me before. They did something funny to me because you liked them. It's fraud. It's made up fake fraud scam. Like I have charges against me, never talk to anybody. Okay, for one thing, you do something wrong. If the cops come out, you don't even have to talk to them, they'll give you Miranda rights. And then, or the police, sorry. They'll come out, and then if they have enough evidence, they take it to the prosecutor. Prosecutor will see you there, subpoena you there with an attorney. You can't afford one, it'll be appointed to you. Still don't have to talk to them. Then they'll take it in front of a sitting judge and weigh it out with your attorney if it's even admissible. There it finds out if it's admissible, and there you get charges. And then you go to court to find guilty or innocent. You can't just do something behind it, everything behind somebody's back, and then say, oh, we did all this. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They're lying to all these people. No, they didn't. They're trying to defraud all these people for their low IQs. You know what I mean? They're so stupid. No sitting judge would write his own arrest warrant. Because the day that he writes a court order for somebody to watch somebody unaware in their house, he just wrote his own arrest warrant. The state of Ohio and the Department of Justice would arrest him, the Ohio Supreme Court, because he is breaking constitutional laws and abusing his power that was entrusted over him. That he's stalking people and people stalked in their home. He's depriving them of the right to remain quiet, the right to, privacy, a right to an attorney, and a right to a fair court trial and bond, bail and bond. And I'll tell you what, and they're not going to tell you to mistreat people either. That's 8. This is where it's just retired Judge Pete, Michelle's dad, some of the dirty cops on their own, and that a call, and some drug dealers. That's it. That's why when I went and confronted the Portage County Sheriff's. He said, Miss Hall, he said, I'll tell you what. None of our police were in your house before a protected light case. Absolutely not. He said that would be illegal. And I said, I did the 4th Amendment. Police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life. And they have to speak to everyone before they start. Or it's the 4th Amendment, it's illegal, and you can't look or listen. Yes. And he said, I can guarantee, and I can tell you, not one of our officers were in your home, nor do we have knowledge of anybody being in your home before a protected light case. He said, that would be illegal. And I said, it'd be illegal for you to look or listen. Yes. So where they run around telling people they had a court order, the sheriffs are denying they don't even know about them. See what I mean? It's a Ponzi scheme. Where it's a made-up case, it's fraud. It's a scam. They were chanting it in Louisville. That this whole thing is a fraud scheme. It's actually funny. It's actually a big scam. It is. See, and then they even they paid off the agent that was supposed to protect me. Of course they did. Of course they did. Inside Walmart, August 10th or 11th of 22. Of course they did. And yeah, right, he didn't go out and talk to those witnesses. Yeah, right, when I disappeared for 2.5 days, they didn't come looking for me. Yeah, right, he didn't know that man went to payment. Yeah, right, he didn't know Dave's girlfriend's family was the one stalking me in my home and date rape drugging me. Yeah, right, he didn't know those people had a copy of my phone. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Because I handed them a case on a golden platter. 2 attempts in the Perry Police. Okay, Dave's the main subject of one, and one's linked back to that church. And that Katie out in the mall telling 3 people they have a plan to have me murdered. Okay, it was so bad, even during the case, into January 19, she was telling people that they were the ones trying to have me murdered. All the other times. And it was them, bringing them. And that one girl, Sarah's like, are you going to do something about this? They're saying they're the ones trying to kill you. I'm like, stay out of the drama. I mean, I got to the point of stuttering. I had so many attempts on my life. It wasn't funny. But that cover his ass. He opened a state case, protected custody. And I kept thinking about how rude he was. Then they even made up a scenario that the undercover police called him and told him I was lying. Well, why would they even mention anything about me? They shouldn't even know about me. It'd be, yeah, okay, we'll keep an eye on her. See what I mean? They shouldn't even, yeah, we'll keep an eye on him. Well, yeah, they shouldn't even, they shouldn't even, besides, yeah, we'll take care of her. Shouldn't even open a word against me. Shouldn't, yeah, we'll take care of her. What do you mean? Some occult's trying to kill her, and these people, and when he's the main subject, sure, we'll keep an eye on her. Because they shouldn't have insulted me at all. Because according to the Portage County Sheriff I talked to, they knew nothing about these people. It would be illegal for them to be in my home. And they knew nothing. And I'll tell you what, no sitting judge would write his own arrest warrant of saying, I wrote a court order for someone to watch you before. Because that's saying that they're taking all those constitutional rights, in the state of Ohio Supreme Court would pull his license. They would put him in jail. See, they just keep lying in their little twirly worlds. And paying people not to do their job. Anybody can help me. Will was corrupt. Because I got to thinking, I called the hotline. 1-800 hotline. And then they drugged me up and I couldn't call them back for a few days. I already asked Sarah. And when that guy showing up to Pamers, those guys having a copy on my phone. And yeah, right, they didn't come looking for me. Yeah, right, they didn't find their dirty cameras. Yeah, right, they didn't find the retired judge's daughter. Yeah, right, they didn't find them all connected. Yeah, right. And why would Will need a witness? I told him about the 3. Sarah, her old manager that went to work for with Katie, and the other girl, her co-worker going there. And that they could talk to all 3. And all 3 heard it. I told the hotline that. I need a witness. Then he starts insulting me. He starts getting rude with me when I try to tell him about Giant Eagle. Why would you get rude with someone when you could just go pull their surveillance? Exactly. And you know what? He was corrupt. But to cover his ass because of the 2 attempts and the 3 witnesses, lists me informant, makes me all these big plans, never intent to do anything. Never. Was going to let me and my family die because he took a payoff. He's probably on a beach sucking down a margarita. He's probably on a beach sucking down a margarita somewhere. Officer Reinhardt Louisville, no, he was part of Ganton FBI. He was in the courthouse and task force. I found him there because he told me where he was, and I didn't believe he was even real. And I thought he was one of these cray-crays. So I googled it, made sure I found him when there was an attempt on threat on Dixie and the baby's life. When I caught Dave outside, and they yelled out, "Well, he's got a list. I'm working on it." He had enough threat with him threatening Dixie and the baby's life. He could have arrested him in 10 days, and he already had him saying they were going to kill me, and he did nothing. And then they try to make this excuse that I called my sister the next day. She didn't even understand what I said, and that guy already told on me. They had a copy of my phone. It was Dave's girlfriend's family stalking me, date rape, drugging me, and exploiting me under drugs. And I never had to stay quiet. That's why that's done at Pamers. Oh my God, I had an FBI agent in my office. He's right there. What's this with an FBI agent coming up here asking about threats on her life, and then Dave threatened me on the way home for her. I even called Will back, and then them drugging me up again so I couldn't remember. And you know what? I never had to stay quiet. And my sister didn't understand. June of 21, I went down to see her. We're sitting on our front porch. And I sent little clips from the case where they're all threatening me. Okay? She said, Lori, to my other sister, Lori. She's like, Lori asked me what all this shit is about these people threatening you, Karen. I said, I called the FBI on Dave and the churches. She's like, when'd you do that? I said 2018. She's like, I didn't know that. She didn't understand what I said. Because after the guys broke in my house and they got out when they heard me and Dixie crying about the threats on my life, because they already knew. And then I called my sister and she's like, you call the FBI on those churches. And I'm like, Pam, they're crazy. One's already told on me. The other ones have a copy of my phone and they're mocking me. I have to get a prepaid phone call at work. They're crazy. She's like, what? And I said, Pam, never mind, stay out of this. I'm a big girl, I got this. She didn't understand. And I never had to stay quiet. That stunt at Paymer's was set up by Dave's girlfriend's family because they were the ones stalking me in a made-up case. A retired judge, his family with some drug dealers, maybe a couple crooked cops. And yeah, that's it. That's it. And the cult. Those churches that were bragging, even with all the attempts in my life, that it was them, and laughing nobody had arrested them, mocking the law. The law needs to go back. Open that case, like a cold case file. It's still active. This is where it's rich. He opened a state case. Listed me informant, agreed to protect me, and then had an officer talk to Dave, carrying around the house. State case was created September 27th, 18. Turned over the police. And it's a police investigation. The state won't close it because they haven't caught the guys. And I never had to stay quiet. And he knew that. And there was no damn excuse he left me up there to die. None. And he knew it was Dave's family. Girlfriend's family doing it on their own. He's retired. Yeah. Someone needs to help. And someone needs where Michelle's mother was bragging August 10th and 11th of 22 in Walmart 62 by the hair salon. It's funny what's going on. We called Will, and we explained Michelle. And he said that no one ever helped her. And it's funny they're going along with it instead of doing the right thing and helping her. I had to get away from that bitch. It's not funny that they think they can pay everybody off not to do their job. Nor can these psycho people, like I said, think that they can set up cameras, Photoshop a shower scene, date rape, drug you, lie they have sodium pentothal reports, tell you to say something crazy, and then say that they got charges against you, they're going to extort money. It's like, you guys are cray-cray. I told my one friend, Walter, he used to work for the prosecutor's office. He said, your videos break it down so basically. He said, it is a big fraud scheme. It is. It's just a big fraud. And it's just them doing it on their own. It's just a big fraud. It's a scam. These people have got punked into helping out. It's just the retired Judge Pete, his dirty friends, and then a call. And that's it. I'm not in trouble. I told you during the case, my one daughter-in-law and her kids, friends with the judge's daughter, Auntie Shell, everybody's following everybody around. They're showing off, telling the kids to lie. The kids are giggling and laughing, pretending. And on Thanksgiving, in a legally bogged house, they got caught stating the house wasn't meant for Grandma, it was meant for Auntie Shell and Papa, and Grandma needs to get out. And then later on to Flora, for we're making everything out their games of pretend. And the whole family was interviewed. Everybody spoke highly of me. And it's documented in Games of Pretend.